Dear Monique, a couple of months ago when you said that you loved us for real, I really honestly truly thought you meant it. I was one of the people that stood behind you, made videos about the Netflix boycott, and spoke about my support for your movement. I really did believe in you. And I still agree with what you said, and I stand by that. However, what you did last week in defending Roseanne, you need to be held accountable for that bullshit. I'm going to just, say my piece about what you did, and I want the world to hear it, including you and Sydney. To my listeners and my followers and my subscribers, just sit back and listen while I discuss my opinions of this matter. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Hello. This is your girl, Miss Analytical. Thank you for listening to the Miss Analytical show. I'm here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I'm going to get ready to go outside and head to work in just a couple of moments. But I just wanted to basically talk about this whole situation with Monique. Yes, it's happened on Friday and today is Tuesday, but I really had to gather my thoughts and my opinions together on this matter because I have a lot to say and it's not going to be easy. First, I'm going to read to you an article from Essence.com. And it says, Monique defends, in quotation, my sister in comedy, Roseanne Barr, for racist tweet mistake. Roseanne Barr just found out that she still has a friend and comedian and actress Monique after her recent racist comments and failed apology attempts to former White House advisor Valerie Jarrett. Monique came to the defense on Friday of her sister in comedy, Barr, who lost her ABC Roseanne reboot after calling Jarrett an ape in a tweet in May. We've all said and done things, baby, that we wish we could take back and swallow and say, oh. But when you're in the public eye, you can't, and it's out there, Monique told KTLA. But to put the title of racist on her? My sister made a mistake, and she said something I know she wishes she could take back. But what I would ask is, we don't throw her away. In a now deleted tweet, Barr said Jarrett looked as if the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby. Barr, who has since been fired from her show, issued an apology once for her horrible comments began spreading across social media. But she put her foot in her mouth again last week in a bizarre YouTube video in which she claims that she thought Jarrett was white. I thought the bitch was white, she said in the video. God damn it. I thought the bitch was white. Fuck. Monique justified her loyalty by recalling how Barr stood by her when her 90s hit show was on the air. Technically, it was 2000 because the Monique show came out in 2000. So I just want to clarify that. I remember when I had the show and there were big, major black superstar talent that had bright representatives and they told their talent, that show is too black and we really don't want you to go on there. Monique said, but there was a white woman named Roseanne Barr that showed up for me. And they didn't hear the conversation when the cameras wasn't rolling. That woman was giving me some beautiful words. Yet Barr messed up for the first time on Thursday when issuing an apology in an interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity. Then a second later, mocked Jarrett's appearance. I'm so sorry that you thought I was racist and that you thought my tweet was racist because it wasn't. It was political, Barr told Hannity, addressing Jarrett. She continued, plus I tell her she's got to get a new haircut. I mean, seriously, she needs a new haircut. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say this, and this is just for Essence. If you're going to report on a story, you got to get your facts right. First of all, the Monique show was in the 2000s. It's from 2009 to 2011, okay? Second of all, you need some better writers. I could have wrote that article myself. Seriously. Now, getting back to the topic. This is why I made my intro very long. Monique, and this message goes out to you and Sydney, so Sydney is your manager. When you start a movement and you want the community, such as mainly Black people, to back and support you for your fight, and it could be any fight. In this case, it was battling Netflix. You have to go with the consensus of what the people think. If the people, and you know this, condemned Roseanne for what she said and canceled her even before and after her show was canceled, you need to follow what the people say. The majority of us was like, fuck Roseanne. And I'll give you a perfect example. I was going to watch the movie She-Devil. I love the movie She-Devil. It starred Roseanne, Meryl Streep, and Ed Begley Jr. That was my movie as a kid growing up, okay? I was getting ready to watch it, okay? And a week later, what happened was the whole debacle. Now, I still love the movie She-Devil, but you think I'm going to go down and download that movie and rent it on Google Play? Hell no, because I ain't giving that bitch any of my coins, okay? Exactly. So what it is that I'm on code with my people. You say something racist, and I'm not a big fan of Valerie Jarrett, but what she was saying was a racist thing that his home with all Black people collectively. Therefore, what you were supposed to do, Monique, is not saying anything about it. Those reporters at KTLA, they wanted to hear what she was saying because they wanted to know if you were still going to side with your people. And the fact that you didn't give them that answer, now they could see that you were just out for yourself in the movement. They thought that you would, say, well, yes, she could have apologized, but we still have to hold her accountable. We can't support her. Black people, we need to stay on code. Because you sounded like you was all Black power when you were dealing with your boycott for Netflix. Then when it's this white woman, you flip in the script and say, we got to love on that baby. That's an old ass woman. 65 years old. She don't need no love. She got grandkids. She might have a great grandchild hidden somewhere, okay? Who knows, all right? That chick got 5 kids, a slew of grandkids who she claimed is she got one that's half Black, couple that's half Hispanic, couple that's half Asian, and she brag about being proud of it, even though her comedy tweets don't reflect that shit. The bitch is bonkers. And I said that in my other 2 videos, okay? But I'm really criticizing Monique because you got to be held accountable for what you just did. What you just did was you threw all of us who supported you under the bus. You made a mockery out of us. And there were people, even that I know, said, Joy, do you really want to support this woman? Because I feel she's out for herself. And I was like, no, this is bigger than Monique. This is for everybody who's Black in Hollywood. This can even transcend to the workplace. And it was like, are you really seriously want to support her? Because I feel as though it's not even her, it's her husband, Sydney, behind this whole mess. Because I feel that he's a pimp. I said, well, I can't really talk about Sydney because I don't know him like that. But I've been a fan of Monique for a long time. But this is even bigger than me being a fan of Monique. This is something serious because this goes way back to 2009 and 10 when she never got her money from Netflix. They was like, okay, fine. But they were like, I can't really go to bat because I just feel that she's out for herself. I took a lot of heat from that shit. And this is the things that people like me and others get for supporting you. You gonna go and side with the white woman, but yet it's still, and don't get me wrong, I don't think she should love on Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, and Oprah. But you want us to support a white woman who has never even supported us, okay? And then my thing was with the whole stupidity of it is that when the hell does Roseanne come to your defense during this whole Netflix situation, let alone when you was asking Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, Oprah, Lionsgate to pay you what you owe. Now, if Roseanne would have spoke out on your behalf through this whole thing, then I could say fine. We would still go and support her, but we would say, okay, at least Roseanne did that shit. She supported Monique. we can understand Monique wanting to pay it forward. Fine. That would be the only thing that would make sense about Monique wants us to support Roseanne and herself supporting Roseanne. But the fact that this bitch never had your back, woman, now you bugging? You're on your last leg in show business. Hollywood is done with her. She's never going to have a career, okay? She's never going to have a career, and she knows it. But you did have a strong comedy career with touring, okay? Your fan base was just with your comedy. And the fact that you said this shit, they ain't going to your shows now, Monique. They're not going to your shows, okay? You better retract that shit and clean it up. But I guess it's too late. And I'm going to go deeper and say something. I really, truly believe that Sydney is behind this. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel that he's neutralizing Monique. The old Monique from late 90s, early 2000s, I would even say the late 2000s would never have said this shit. She would never say that. But I believe that he has her doing this stuff because he wants her to now get the white money. And I'm going to explain. In the comedian circuit, comedy is very segregated, okay? You have the urban chitlin circuit, but then you have the redneck comedy circuit. Roseanne comedy is more geared towards the rednecks, blue collar, okay? And the fact that Roseanne is blackballed, a lot of her fan base is going to support her when it comes to the touring. Even though she's Jewish, a lot of them support her because she spoke to them. Her show spoke to them. And they're upset about the show being canceled. But Monique and pretty much Sydney, I believe, is after this shit. They're trying to get that blue collar money. And they probably feel the best way they can do it is by aligning her and themselves with those people, which are the blue collar white folks, the rednecks. But it's gonna backfire because you don't come from them, and they're gonna see that you weren't trying to link up with them before. So why all of a sudden you want to try to come along with us now because your career is falling off? They're going to look at you as disingenuous. Bullshit. Now, I'm not going to lie. A lot of conservatives are agreeing with Monique. They love the fact that she's deciding that she wants us to forgive this white woman, Roseanne. They love it. I mean, if you go to the conservative network, these Christian outlets, they are loving Monique. So she may be able to make money in that market, but in the eyes of the black community, you're looking like a traitor. You're looking disingenuous. You look phony, and most of all, the black community is done with you. They're never gonna accept you. And I have to say, I enjoyed watching the Parkers as a kid, and I will also say, Fat Girls was funny, but I can't rock with the movement anymore. The Netflix boycott is done. That fell through because when she went on the Breakfast Club and when she went on The View, she didn't have Daddy there. And once she did finish the touring, it was done because so many people went against her. If you're doing this because of that, Monique, you're wrong. You're wrong because even if you have 100 people supporting you, you still have support, and you're supposed to basically never turn your back on your supporters, and that's what you did. And I'm going to also say this about Sydney. The more that I'm looking at it now, I don't think Sydney is right for her career. She does need a different kind of manager. She needs somebody that's going to tell her what to say and what not to say. Because a good PR person would have told her, and would have told the news outlet, you're not going to ask her about Roseanne. That's off limits. Because if she says anything she says regardless, they're going to come after her, whether she agrees or not. They would have said, no, we're not going to take any press about Roseanne. We're not going to take any questions about that. Anything else, even the boycott, you can ask, even about the blackballing, you can talk about. But when it comes to Roseanne, you're not going to discuss it, okay? All right? Also, I feel when I made my video talking about Sydney being in a homosexual relationship with Monique for 12 years, that's when I began to question his motives. Because I said, why would you say that? That is your wife. She's a woman. Why are you trying to make Monique seem like a dude? And you're saying that because she's very aggressive. And I said, either either some crazy stuff is going on, or you're undercover homosexual. And once again, I'm not saying this because of what happened with Roseanne. I was feeling like this, at the time. But the more I think about it, I feel as though this man isn't really good for her brand. And I'm not saying that she should divorce him. No, I would never say that. But I do believe that she needs somebody that's more experienced. Because the way the whole Netflix debacle fell out, that fact that he wasn't there for her interview during the Breakfast Club and The View, those two very most important major outlets in the country, nah, that was a bad sign right there. He left her out on the lurch to fend for herself. And I just believe that it's just sad how this whole thing happened with her career. This is really sad. I feel like everything was on the roll. And then she won an Oscar, and she hasn't been right since. And I think it's sad. And this whole thing with the Roseanne support, I think that this is going to be the major blow in her career. This is going to hurt her worse than being blackballed. And on that note, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, signing off. I hope that you enjoy this audio. Please comment whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I would love to hear and read what you have to say. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.